Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You are watching iAllegedly, and I have a good one for you today because there is so much going on in the news right now. Stock market was down quite a bit today. Silver was clobbered, but not to worry. And JB and Aaron are over there filming on the dock. Thought I'd walk around the pond and share some news with you guys as I look for the cows. Please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share this with all your friends and colleagues. You guys, everything that's going on right now, do you believe that things are good right now? Seriously, it's just complete uncertainty and complete shenanigans right now. And I just don't believe that things are great. They're just amazing. You know, I just don't. You know, Janet Yellen opens her mouth and the stock market shoots down, okay? So inflation is here, guys. It's here to stay. It's a real problem. You know, we drove through a McDonald's to get a coffee because it's reasonable and their iced coffees are absolutely amazing. And I was sitting there going, well, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a while. How much is like a combo? You know, a combo, like a quarter pounder with cheese, it's almost $10. Okay, that's absolutely crazy, guys, that it's that much. And I'm like, you know, what, you know, how is that reasonable? If you have a family, I should have looked at seeing how much the Happy Meals were. Some guy walks in with 12 kids and orders 12 Happy Meals, and I was just floored, but they were all eating them and everything was great and kids were having a good time. But to pay almost $10 for a combo meal at McDonald's, it's not cheap anymore. It's just not reasonable. You know, and now the Impossible brand has just announced that they're going to have faux chicken nuggets, okay? You know, I hated when my son would eat that stuff because it never tasted like real chicken meat in the first place. So I don't know how you're going to be able to tell the difference, but these soy-grown chicken nuggets, does that sound good to you guys? Okay, I know the vegans are out there. I know there's a lot of people that are on plant-based diets. My niece has got a boyfriend who swears by it, and he's in incredible shape now because of it. But I'm telling you, this kid's not eating these chicken nuggets. He's eating healthy plant-based foods. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that this is real food? Is this something you're gonna try? You know, share your thoughts on this stuff, because I think this is just lunacy. It's just gross. I've tried, you know, Del Taco in California had the Impossible you know, fake hamburger meat in their tacos, and it tasted like runny taco meat. It was disgusting. So, you know, I can share the video on that, but I think I vomited almost. Kid, I didn't vomit, but it was just gross. So will you guys eat this stuff? Share your thoughts on that. So I think it's just lunacy, guys. Hi, Firecracker. How are you? Good to see you. How do you feel about the economy, Firecracker? Think it's good? Oh, come here, buddy. I love this property. You know, Aaron's got the big rope swing out here, and he's got the floating dock. And, you know, as I read all this economic news and share it with you guys, they're talking right now about how all these hedge funds are limiting their exposure right now and doing everything they can to cut their risks right now, which again, when you look at the last 16 days of stock trading, 13 of those days were up. Why would these guys worry about limiting their exposure? Well, I don't care how high the stock market is right now. There are people out there that know that this is all ridiculous. And I came across an article today that I barely want to share this with you, but it's ridiculous. It was what Warren Buffett does to hedge himself against inflation. And I'm like, oh, I want to hear that. That sounds great. Well, it was, here's the two things. Be the best you can be at your job. Huh? Okay, that's not very insightful. And own part of a business. Those were the two things. I'm like, wait a second. Not buy silver, not diversify into this stock market. Get yourself involved with good companies or own part of it. Like he owns Coca-Cola, and that's a great company. And I'm thinking, that's this guy's advice. This is ridiculous. Now I'll share the article with you guys, but it's just stupid, okay? Because it doesn't help the common man get through this difficult time. There are problems all around us in the economy that are crystal clear. You know, there's a lot of places that are hurting right now. Being here in Texas, I'm getting a lot of Texas stories. Houston, if you're a school teacher anywhere in the country, they want to hire 700 teachers here in Texas. They are short 700 positions. 700 teachers are needed in the Houston, Texas school district. Isn't that crazy when you think about that? So there are opportunities out there for people, but again, prices are shooting up all around us, and we're supposed to not really, worry about this. Janet Yellen thinks it's a problem, and they're going to start to change their tune on us. I will not be surprised if interest rates go up. I don't give financial advice. I'm not a financial analyst or anything like that, but I don't believe that things are good. I think that if you look at '08 and you look at what Ben Bernanke said about how stable the housing market was, and it's fantastic, and then, as the Titanic is sinking around him, it sure is not like that. It's not great. So anyways, share your thoughts, guys. I want your opinion on what you think about all this stuff. And I just think that, we're in for some rough seas, man. I really do. I really do. And all this stuff, this uncertainty, it's crazy that you have uncertainty in certain markets, but it's uncertainty in everything right now. So, I'm sure that there'll be some magical news, coming up soon. The stock market will shoot up again, but I don't believe that things are great in any way, shape, or form right now. And Warren Buffett's advice was non-advice as far as I'm concerned. Oh, Firecracker, you're so good. You're so beautiful, Firecracker. If you'd only stay this size. You're such a good goat. These next two stories are not really connected, but I just wanted to cover them as I walk out to the dock. And first things first, we covered Subway with their shenanigans where it was found out that the tuna sandwiches weren't really tuna. And again, they just said that when you cook tuna, the DNA changes, and it doesn't. Anyways, when you cook a steak, does the DNA change in a steak and it turns into chicken? Think about that. It's preposterous. So Subway came out this week, and they were going to give out 1 million free sandwiches, their fresh, refresh, new menu, and it was an absolute huge failure. Okay, think about this. There were over 10,000 stores that were going to give out 50 sandwiches each. First 50 customers get a free sandwich, and they couldn't give away the sandwiches. People are sick of this food. Think about this. People are hurting right now. People need money. People need food, but they could not give away free food. So the fresh, refresh menu is an absolute mess. And again, you guys, we've all talked about Subway with their ridiculous tuna. That's not tuna. And we heard about Red Lobster and their lobster. And I love when people send me stuff like this. So if you guys ever want to send me any stories like this, please do not hesitate to send that stuff in, because it's solid gold as far as I'm concerned. The next thing is California. California is going to require this week that people that are on the pandemic unemployment have to look for a job. Now, it's been self-certification up to this point, and I researched this. I found a great story for those of you. But you need to look at this for your state. You can say, I'm not in California. It has nothing to do with it. But they have a thing in California called Cal Jobs. And if you are just on regular unemployment or pandemic unemployment right now, you have to register with Cal Jobs so that you could potentially look for jobs and have job interviews and things like that. If you are on the self-employed unemployment, you have to prove that you're going to restart your business by trying to access new clients and advertise the business and how you're going to move the business forward. And again, you've got about 6-8 weeks left of the unemployment, because it ends officially on September 4th in California. But for those of you that are still trying to get it, you can get it now, but you may not get the extra $300 a week bump. So it's fairly simple to do this, and they just want you to know that you're going to restart the business. So it'll be interesting to see how many people sign up for this. They have anticipated that up to 60% of the people will fall off the pandemic unemployment. Now, unemployment problems here in California have been just a mess. And the problem with it is that it's just been loaded with fraud, loaded with people lying about things, people having multiple applications. You've seen idiot rappers make songs about how they're, singing about how it's easier to file a claim than it is to sell illegal drugs and things like that. But that guy's been in jail. He got arrested with 17 debit cards on him and things like this. But the program is such a mess that Bank of America announced this week that they want out of it. They want nothing to do with the EDD program and the debit card program. It is a mess. It is something that, as I've talked to people that work at Bank of America, people don't necessarily have to have an account with Bank of America, but Bank of America handles the debit card program with them, and there's been just a lot of problems with it, and people are very upset about that. So again, Bank of America, why would you get out of a program that makes you free money? Because it's a complete headache. That's why they're getting out of it. So share your thoughts. Over 26 states have gotten rid of the pandemic unemployment. You're going to see a lot more coming very soon. Hello, goat family. How are things? I don't have any food for you today. I just fed you guys. The next story is out of California, and California's gotten a lot of press over the last day or so, where they've announced guaranteed basic income. So it's not for everybody in the state. I just want to explain to you what this is about. And what it's about is that certain expectant mothers can get themselves $500 to $1,000 in money every month. It's great, okay? Certain income levels are going to get it. And it's also kids that are part of the foster program that age out. And what that means, and I'm super familiar with this, I was not a foster kid myself, but I have worked with a bunch of charities, and two in particular that I was a real fan of, that one of them was a charity that would help kids learn a skill at a very young age, 17 on up, teach them how to code so they could get a job after it was all said and done. So there's that, and then there's another one that would teach women how to get jobs. And again, the problem with the foster care program is that these kids go out and they just restart the cycle again. These kids turn 18, they get pushed out of the foster care programs, they get hooked up with people that may not be the best relationships, they have kids very early. Mathematically, it's horrible. So they want to give these people $1,000 a month to help them. I'm all for that. But there is no more stimulus, guys. There's no more stimulus programs. There's nothing that's going to happen right now to have a fourth stimulus check. Everything's getting cut off. Share your thoughts. I'm going to bring Aaron in over here as he walks up because he's got a different feeling on this and opinion. So let's hear that. Let's hear from Aaron. But guys, there's no more stimulus. Unemployment's ending. Stimulus is ending. It's the way it's going to be. Now, Aaron has a different opinion. He thinks that there's going to be additional stimulus, and I'd love to get your input on this. So, do you think that there could be a fourth stimulus check? You think that there could also be universal basic income for everybody, right?
Yes,
so
I do.
Tell everybody why you think that.
Okay, so there's the infrastructure bill that they've been talking about, and I guess there's going to be two parts. There's going to be the physical infrastructure that's like the bridges and roads and airports and all that, and they've talked about the social infrastructure. And I think that all these people are going to start crying and whining about money, and they've gotten everyone used to getting these checks, and I think that's
okay.
What's coming.
There's nothing on the horizon right now about that. So, but you really think that there could be a fourth stimulus check?
I really do. I think it's coming, but I think it's building everything up to universal basic income. I think that's the ultimate goal. So they're getting everyone used to getting these handouts from money and Fed coin and getting Fed wallets, and I think that's what they're pushing
Okay,
towards.
Everybody's going to be freaking out in this video, and I can't wait for the responses to this. So share your responses down below. That's where the video's at, is in this. So there is nothing in the latest stimulus package that I've read that's talked about any stimulus programs. And universal basic income, how are they going to pay for this? You have any idea how they would pay for that?
Yeah, they're just going to keep printing money.
Okay. again, it's just, there's been $5.2 trillion right now of stimulus to date, not counting the new stuff, but there's been $5.2 trillion. And you really think that they're going to give more? Because
I really do.
Now, I totally disagree. I think that the party is absolutely over. I think people are going to have to pay their rent. I think October is going to be a student loan, debacle. I think that you're going to see people in forbearance with their mortgages go upside down. I think that this pandemic unemployment is over for good. I think that this is all good. I think it's all done myself personally, but you think that the people are going to be complaining so much, and to stop everything, they're going to give people money?
Yeah, I think that people are going to be hurting so bad that, yeah, they're
going to be hurting bad.
It's all about socialism.
So
that's what they're pushing towards.
Wow. Okay. Share your thoughts, guys, because Aaron is basically his own central bank. Aaron is saving his assets. Aaron is preparing, and I don't see this. So you guys share your thoughts on this. If you think Aaron's nuts, you think he's right, I just want to know what you guys think, because I mean, everything, I research all this stuff. I've read so many newspapers today, and it's just crazy, but I can't find anything on this. Nothing looks like this is going to happen. So we'll see. And
if it does, just be smart with the money. Make sure you're paying off your debts or getting some assets with it. I mean, that's what I did with mine. I didn't go blow it. I rolled it into stuff that I thought was beneficial.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your thoughts, and I'm sure we're going to hear from everybody. So
well, Marines are nuts, so I'm probably wrong.
Okay, guys. This is Athena, and she's the farm dog. Athena! Look at this beautiful dog. Hi, baby. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, yeah. How are you? She's about 6 months old, but she's incredibly smart. Hi, sweetheart. You having fun protecting everything? I'm out by the chicken coops and just walking to end this video. I'd like two intertwined stories on the infamous Bitcoin. There is a great story where almost $1.9 million of Bitcoin that was mined illegally. And this really caught my eye, because I'm like, what is illegal mining of Bitcoin? How do you illegally mine Bitcoin? Well, what you do is you steal the electricity for it. So again, I always thought people with Bitcoin just threw a solar panel out in their backyard, had a laptop, and they made Bitcoin. Well, it doesn't work that way. So the Malaysian government was so furious with these people, they charged them with a crime for stealing. They also got fined the equivalent of $1,900 US, got put in jail for about 9 months, and they're going to pay the price for this. So that's interesting. There's been other big hauls, almost $200 million in Bitcoin that was mined illegally. And again, I had no idea what the term mining Bitcoin illegally was. So you learn something new every day. The other thing is there is a Bitcoin wallet that finally was opened up again, and it had been closed for 9 years. Nobody had access to it, and it has almost $250 million worth of Bitcoin in it right now. And people think that it's owned by the one and only Satoshi Nakamoto, the guy who invented Bitcoin. Well, again, I don't believe this, guys. I don't believe that there is a Satoshi Nakamoto or anything. I would love it if Bitcoin, like Dan Pena says, was started by Vladimir Putin. I would love it if that was the case. I think it would just be, it would be absolutely amazing if that was the case. But again, would this deter you from getting into Bitcoin? If you found out that it was all started by Vladimir Putin or the Russians, would you guys get out of it right now? And again, when you guys write to me and you tell me, oh, you're an idiot and JB's a moron for not being in Bitcoin, and Aaron looks stupid too. Okay, fine. Tell me what your entry was, okay? How much you got in for. You don't have to tell me I bought $1 million worth, but I bought it at 23,000, and my exit is this. Is it an asset that you're going to save forever? Is that how you guys feel about this? I just think it's nuts. I think that you're going to see a lot of problems with this. But if you watch the $1 billion man, $100 billion man, or whatever Dan Pena calls himself, I love that guy. If you found out that it was somebody internationally notorious, let's just say, would that deter you from being involved with Bitcoin? And how come the cat that invented this thing has not stepped forward? okay? There's been about 6 or 8 people that have claimed that they were that person. But again, if they were that person, you know, what are they going to have to deal with? Okay, are they going to be, you know, charged with a crime? Is there anything illegal about this stuff? I mean, you know, I want your input on this. Please take a second to like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with all your friends and colleagues. And, you know, let's respond to all this stuff. What do you think? You think Aaron's crazy about the universal basic income? Do you think that there's going to be more stimulus? Because I don't. I cannot find anything that talks about that. Everything points to the party is over. Okay? So share your thoughts, guys, because that's what I think. And people are not ready for this. Okay? Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.